Thereto, Hemdall, hail!
Hear us, we beseech you, O merciful Freya, great Herne, and valiant Hemdall. Hear us, O gods of this land.
My Hemdall.
Ragnarok is nigh.
There are old tales and legends told in the great mead halls of Skellige. His people revel in the great stories of gods and heroes amongst men. Strong, capable warriors take their heed from these tales, as the origin of the clans and the root of Skellige's history is tied to the first heroes to claim the land of Skellige as their own. Hemdall, widely considered to be father to the heroes of Skellige, is one of the prime deities, and, next to Freya, most widely referred to as part of the Skellige pantheon. He is the great warrior destined to rise again at the coming of the end, to face Ragnarok, the event which precedes the White Frost in Iflin's prophecy. The cataclysmic event of Ragnarok will mark the beginning of the end. Fire will rain down from the skies and giants and beings of chaos will fight a final battle. At the sounding of Hemdall's horn, the battle begins.
Devilish were the hoary frost, the rain that fell like stones. Hemdall cut the giant down, breaking all his bones.
The tales also speak of the golden cockerel, Cambi, which will crow at the dawn before Ragnarok, to awaken Hemdall from his slumber. He will then take his place to lead the charge against the forces of chaos and into certain doom.
The golden cockerel Cambi will crow to warn Hemdall of the coming of the Nargle Fair, bringing the army of darkness. A battle will ensue, Ragnarok, and Hemdall will clash with the forces of the dark.
Hemdall had a lover by the name of Halin, who became the mother to the 6 sons of Skellige, the heroes of old and the forefathers of the clans. We will start with Brodda, the Lord of Faroe and of Clan Dimon. Brodda founded his clan on the morality of good judgment and fairness, and, as the story goes, a true paragon of virtue to be upheld above as an example. He lived a long and fulfilled life, serving his people well, teaching them that stealing, looting and deception of any kind were not admirable activities. A tragic irony struck when summoned by Hemdall to leave this life. His longship was devoured by a great whale and he never reached his destination at Hemdall's side. Those of Clan Dimon and his descendants go whaling in an effort to recover the hero's remains in the belly of the beast that consumed him at sea. Interestingly, Brodda in Old Norse could mean spike or spear, perhaps a prophecy of revenge.
When the king of the whales was dying, Hemdall himself guided him here, so he could die looking at the setting sun.
Faroe is also home to the 4 faces of Hemdall, a pilgrim's journey in honouring the god. Perhaps Brodda was a favourite to have these shrines and an obelisk placed in the southern isles of Faroe. Despite this, some seem to have forgotten the old adages of Brodda, as there remain a raiding and looting clan of Skellige.
Bleat your fill of what others have grown and bred, after you've taken their wenches and their gold, burned their homes to the ground. That's how Clan Dimon lives.
Second is Grimmjow, a progenitor of the Uncrate clan that sought his home on the largest isle of Skellig. The clan herald him as a hero of incredible strength. The tales speak of Grimmjow seeking a worthy throne and a place to kindle his clan. Hemdall gifted him an unbreakable chain to lift the mightiest boulders and rocks from the depths of the sea. It was with these stones he sculpted Caer Trold with his bare hands, which forever stood as a monument to his strength and the heritage of Clan Uncrate. There are shrines to be found about Ard Skellig, honouring the great architect with piled stones in the form of the hero. Their eternal seat on the northern part of the largest of the isles marks the clan as perhaps the most prevalent and powerful in all of Skellige, and their line continue to vie for a place on the throne.
Uncrate blood is good blood.
Otkel is the 3rd son, Lord of Hingisfjall. The hero's tale tells of a voyage to the Virgin Island. Otkel was caught in a vicious storm that threatened to upturn his longship. The wind cracked and howled. Otkel cried out in despair and beseeched the gods to save his soul. Freya answered his call, in the form of a magic set of pipes that quelled the raging storm as Otkeld played a tune. Hemdall, the father, told his son to raise a temple in Freya's honour on the new land of Hindisfjall. He did this and birthed his clan of Heime, or Clan on Hinder. The people of Hindisfjall remain a god-fearing and respectful people, as the heart of Freya's worship in Skellige resides in the garden built for the goddess.
Clouds obscure the sky and turmoil grips the sea. Defend us, Great Mother.
Fourth son, named Modolf, was an unruly and ungrateful man. He founded his clan of Drummond on the Great Isles of Undvik, until his descendants decided their clan's fate lay elsewhere, and proceeded to invade the southern region of Skellig. Hemdall blessed each of his 6 sons with equal gifts, yet Modolf's had not yet come to light. It was this exact problem that pushed Modolf's gift deeper and deeper into the dark. He lived a reckless life in search of his gift. Fueled by anger, he achieved a great many things, but was not guided by the adage of his father. His descendants, the current clan of Drummond, display an equal unruliness.
That's why.
Those Drummond blackguards don't know shite from shoelaces.
Solver, the 5th son, founded the clan of Brockfar on the Isle of Spikarug. His story is an interesting one, as Solver doesn't seek to show his prowess in skill or strength. Instead, he seeks a way to understand his wife and consolidate his marriage into a more harmonious one. Perhaps a moral tale on treating your love kindly no matter how quarrelsome they may be. Hemdall and Freya concocted a potion for Solveig which would help him on the path to enlightenment and understanding. Solveig climbed high above the Isles of Skellige, slew a great chimera that troubled the lands and dived deep into caverns far below the surface of the sea. And after these great feats returned home to a simple life and a happy marriage. Perhaps this is also a reason for why other clans question their strength, as some considered them to be cowards for fleeing great battles. Yet their arrows fly truer than any in all the Isles, and they're considered to be skilled bowmen.
We from the Brockfar clan are masters of the sea, bred and born to the water.
True and blue, bred and born.
Tyr, the final son, master of Skellig, progenitor to Clan Twersak, was a mighty warrior who proved his worth and rightful ownership of the land gifted by Hemdall. Hemdall had him slay the great bear Ingvar, who no mortal could slay. Tyr fashioned himself a blade sharper than any other, so sharp it could fell an ancient tree in a single stroke. Tyr's mother offered her protective runes and etched them into the blade to protect her son from harm. With this sword in hand, with all its magical enforcement, Tyr was able to kill the monster and took his place as master of the island. Clan Twersak remained an important pillar in the politics of Skellige.
Hemdall watches over Clan Twersak, the blood of kings.
Hemdall and his 6 sons mark an age of heroes and great deeds. New lands conquered and clans born out of them. The tales and legends of the heroes of Skellige are the foundation of culture and history for every Skellige who worships and fears the gods. They pray that at the coming of the end, when Ragnarok looms, Camby the golden cockerel will awaken Hemdall, and Skellige will feel the weight of giants and gods walking their lands once more.
You're in Skellige, our land, and we revere the gods here.
Thereto, Hemdall, hail! For Hemdall!
I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?